Welcome back to The Grind and welcome to the season update for the Eclipse season starting within the next week. After this fortification event ends, the next event will be a PvP event and the Eclipse season will begin. Before we start, I did want to point out I am running a giveaway. I'll put the link to this video in the description below, but the goal is to get to 3,750 by the start of next year. I will be closing the giveaway in about a week and picking the winners for that as a random selection, and hopefully we can get to my goal. If we do get to the goal, I'll be doing another big giveaway. Otherwise, we'll probably wait until I hit 4,000 subscribers and do a celebration at that point. So check out the description for the link and get yourself added to the drawing for the giveaway of a $20 in-game pack. As soon as the new season starts, we will have access to several branches. The mythics will be available, Icarus and Quasar. If you want details on that, check out my mythic details video that I posted a couple days ago. And we will have access to 2 of the legendary dragons, a rider, as well as the base boost branch. Now, the legendary dragon Talariek is going to be discounted for the first 2 weeks, as well as the base boost branch. Now, the cost of dragons and other branches, as well as mythics, did increase, unfortunately, this season. So the dragons will now cost 37.5 thousand sigils, and the other branches will cost 37,000 sigils. Now, the mythic dragons are unfortunately going to cost 20 keys, and the branches are still only going to have 6 keys in them to my knowledge. So we're going to have to complete more than 3 branches and pick up a couple extra keys that way. This is quite disappointing, as some players at lower levels have been planning and saving to get their mythic, and this is going to make it more challenging. It is not going to be impossible, but if you were going to be cutting it close, then it might not happen for you this season, which is very sad for those who have been planning and preparing. The ideal approach is still to have saved up a bunch of resources, so at the start of the season, you can unlock and complete both of the discount branches, or one and a partial amount of the second discount branch, which will make the amount of total sigils you will need throughout the season significantly less. Now, in the first couple weeks of the season, you will also have access to the Soul Dance Sigil Key Redemption branch, which, if you had extra keys from the Soul Dance season, you can exchange them for prizes from that branch, because the keys do not carry over, as well as the sigils from the Soul Dance season will not carry over into this season. So before the Soul Dance season ends, make sure to spend all your sigils on anything you can, because you will otherwise be wasting them, as the new season will have new sigils that you'll have to earn. So the general recommended approach at the very start of the season is to do everything you can to progress down the discount branches as much as possible, excluding the use of rubies in most situations. You want to save your rubies for the end of the season, especially if you're planning to get a mythic, so you can open super sigil chests with your rubies to maximize the amount of sigils you can earn. At that point, if you do not think you can make it, then you want to save your rubies for the following season so that you can then progress to getting a mythic at that time. So in the first 2 weeks, do everything you can to accept spending rubies to get as far down the discount branches as possible. I typically recommend for lower level players to go for the dragon and not the base boost until you finish the dragon. Once the discount period ends, you want to stop spending on those branches for a time so you can see what else comes out. So in week 3, we will have the addition of a resurrection branch similar to last season. This season, it will be Leos that is coming back, and for the first 3 weeks of this branch release, there will be a 15% increase in the resources that you obtain from that branch. Now, that is not enough of an increase for me to say that you should blow all your sigils on that branch, because there might be something better coming at the end of the season that you want to spend your sigils on. However, if the branch works the same as last season, where you at the end can get draconic chests for 500 sigils, then I do believe that this is a very important branch to get, in which case you probably want to invest in it early on when you get the 15% bonus resources, especially because this season, once again, there will not be a second period of discounted branches. So week 6 will not have a discount branch as it once did in the past, which is another reason why the increased cost is so disappointing, because there is not another method of getting a discounted branch. But I do understand they did mention on the forums their data analysis has shown that the average player is earning more sigils more easily than in the past. However, for the lower level players who are progressing and just at the point of maybe about to get a mythic, it's now going to be more challenging. Mythic dragons are not required to progress in the game, but of course it's a lot more fun to achieve that mythic dragon and be able to fly it, whereas you now might have to wait another couple seasons in order to make that happen. So for me, most likely, once the discount period ends for the first 2 discount branches, I will probably start spending my sigils on the Resurrection branch after confirming that you can still exchange sigils for draconic chests at the same rate. Once we get into week 6, we will have the addition of 2 more legendary branches. And that will be the Wave 2 Rider as well as the Wave 2 Dragon. We do not know what the Rider is or what the Dragon is yet, but both of those branches will have a 20% boost in the resources that you get from those branches for the first 2 weeks after their release. And this is the point in the season where you can, after saving up whatever sigils you've saved, analyze all the branches and decide which ones will be best for you to spend the remainder of your sigils on. Now keep in mind there will be limited time branches and probably more trading posts throughout the season that will try to entice you to spend your sigils, so make sure you plan out wisely and then caution when spending them if you don't know what you're going to need from the branches in the remainder of the season. A couple things that are not listed in these slides, which PG Galileo is going to confirm for us next week when the staff returns to the office, are that the mission bonus branch is not shown in these slides, but I am very sure that it will still be available. It has been present for a long time, and I would be very surprised if they randomly removed it without any forewarning. So I think it was just accidentally left off the slides, but we can most likely expect it to be present again in the next season. The other thing that is missing is the Electrum Branch, which we have seen for the last couple seasons and currently is the only way to get Electrum bars in the game. So if they suddenly dropped that out, people would be very upset and disappointed, and I would be very surprised because there has not been any warning about that, as well as there has not been any addition of Electrum bars into gold chests or platinum chests or draconic chests. So there would be absolutely no way for players to get Electrum bars this season to continue leveling up or start leveling up the Electrum towers. Now, I would expect that they will be releasing an Electrum branch, but we do not know exactly when it is going to come out. PG Galileo said he thinks there will be the Electrum branch available this season, but still has to confirm at what week in the season it will be released. So when I know a couple of those extra details, I will make an updated video to make you all informed. But for now, that is basically all I have for this season's update. I am very excited for the new season to start and to see all these dragons in action. I hope you are as excited as I am. So good luck with the remainder of the event and good luck with the start of the next season.